Hello everyone, I'm here today with another special guest, Kwenzo, who will be sharing his insights and opinions on today's topic, economic outlook. And of course, I'll be digging up a bit deeper as I ask him a few questions. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, moving on to you, Kwenzo. I'm happy to have you today, and how are you?
I'm good, and how are you, brother?
I'm good. So far, for today's topic, economic outlook, our focus is on the economy, and I know you're already familiar with it. So here's my first question is: which industries do you think are dying, and which ones are growing in South Africa?
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to be. I'm gonna try my best not to be surface level or share something that is surface level. You understand? I think the most important thing. I think we shouldn't focus more on what industries are dying,
Okay.
but we should be looking at the industries that are thriving or starting to thrive as of currently. I'm speaking about things like AI. Understand? I think a lot of people in South Africa overlook, I don't know if that's the word, the importance of learning AI. Understand?
Okay.
I think a lot of people are neglecting that topic when it is very important to be studied. Understand? I think you've heard that AI is the future. You understand? And I think a lot of people are still lagging behind when it comes to something like that. They do not want to expose themselves to information channels that can teach them about AI. You understand? Even I as a 20-year-old, I haven't done nothing, brother. I'm just someone who's trying to build my life, and I was lucky enough to be exposed to information that made me cognizant of what is happening in South Africa. Certain types of things that are declining, understand? Certain types of jobs that are getting reduced just because of the introduction of AI, you understand? So I think AI is the thing right now, you understand? I think AI is the thing right now. If anyone can teach themselves how to play with AI, I think they might thrive in whatever industry or whatever sector they are endeavoring, you understand? I am also someone who's currently doing something like that. I'm learning a skill that might make me someone big someday, you understand?
Okay.
And I think if everyone my age, 20 years of age, were to take their time and delete all the distractions they have, delete all the partying, delete and everything, and just focus on AI, in a sense, because it's very important. It's very important to study AI, or else you'll find yourself in your 30s not knowing, in a sense, or like being left behind and not having a job to sustain yourself, you understand?
Yes,
I think that's the one important thing we should be focusing on as people.
And I had this topic with this other person about AI, and they were saying AI is actually ruining things as it takes jobs and stuff, and that's not how you should look at AI actually.
Yes, so you shouldn't be looking at AI like that. AI, if people were to teach themselves how to work with AI, not to fight AI, I think South Africa would thrive. I think people would thrive. I think people will have jobs if they were to work with AI, learn skills, learn how to use AI in whatever job, or have skills that can have them use AI in some way in whatever job they have,
Okay.
Because I think the old or like the skills you had, the skills a lot of people had when it came to like working a job and whatsoever, becoming obsolete. You understand? AI is doing 3 times or 4 times more than what an average individual does in a job. You understand?
Of course.
Imagine if people were to teach themselves how to use AI in whatever sector, in whatever fragment. Okay, I don't know if I'm using that word right, but if people, let me phrase it like this: if people were to take time and teach themselves skills that might help them even in, I don't know how to phrase this or put this, man, but let me try and put it like this, I think a lot of people need to learn AI, especially let's say someone is in a job, in a sense, they need to learn, they need to go way beyond and learn what type of AI can be introduced in this industry I am working on, in a sense. In this company I am working on, what type of AI might be introduced, because I'm definitely sure there are companies who have introduced the same AI that is going to be introduced in your job, you understand? And what you need to do is to teach yourself to be competent or be proficient when it comes to that AI, so that you won't find yourself having trouble or having a problem when people are like just when it's time to, what is this word, where people are losing their jobs. What is this word, man? It's slipping out, man.
Kwenzo, what's that? I also forgot it, but I have it in my mind. Yeah.
Okay,
so
something like that. No, that's slipping out of my mind.
How about general workers? How about not all of us can work with AI, and I visited most informal settlements. Most of the kids, they really don't care about school. To be honest, I don't want to put it in a bad way, but I saw it. They're not focused there, and it's more like they're gonna be general workers in a way, and general things which are there in the workspace, AI is gonna take over, obviously. So also now we do have more general workers, but they're old age. I could say us as 20s, we can focus on AI, but now, as they fail to focus in school, how about AI?
But to tell you something, if you went through my channel, I am unmatriculated in a sense, and you can say I was someone who was failing in school in a sense. But in order for my life to change, I have to align whatever is happening in the 21st century. I shouldn't be lagging behind.
You have to apply.
I have to apply. I have to adjust to each and everything. You understand? I think a lot of people, I won't say they're just lazy or some kids are lazy, man. Education system were to change in some way and allow allow this type of information to be educated in schools, in a sense. To kids, like if kids were to be introduced to things like AI at an early age, at the age maybe of maybe doing grade 6, in a sense, if they were to be introduced to this kind of topic by grade 12, by the time they're doing grade 12, they would have acclimatized to whatever they are being taught, you understand? They would have adjusted to each and everything itself. So I think we should stop. I think the education system should stop teaching kids obsolete knowledge, information about I found that they taught about, I found that in one test that were given to kids, they were teaching about the score mode. You understand? We shouldn't be taught by, we shouldn't be given information that is going to teach us about who's common, but we should be taught information that is current with us, that is current with us, man. Information that is not obsolete, in a sense. I'm running out of words, but we shouldn't be taught information that is obsolete, man. Information that our forefathers used.
You just want to repeat history.
The education system is failing to adjust. The education system is failing to adjust. That is being taught in school, in a sense. It just more than enough students are failing in school, in a sense. The information, we find that the most people who are very good with school, and they tend to not do well in life. So I think you've had a lot. I think you've had something that a lot of times You understand? Just because of how obsolete the information is. Like almost each and everything you are taught, you understand? Imagine if we were taught AI at an early age in school, you understand? Something that applies now, you understand? I think the education system for my, like, in my opinion, I think the education system should take time each and every after 10 years, just to adjust, just to analyze, just to adjust. You cannot be teaching fathers 100 years, me something like that, and expect me to trust it. Instead, you have to teach me something that is current with each and everything. You understand? That is happening right now. You understand? Not something that was happening a few years. It doesn't apply, man. You understand? It doesn't apply.
And
in a sense,
I understand
itself and teach kids about AI. Yeah.
I think those you mentioned those ones that were doing good Vela in school. They are doing good in school, but they can't think outside the box. They should follow those rules to the end.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And that's the problem. I was having a conversation with one of my bros saying that the most uncontrollable kids, not all of them, but most of them tend to do well in life, in a sense, because they learn this thing of making decisions outside of the conventional way very, very early, you understand? So just like myself, you understand, just like myself, I have done a lot of things that my parents told me, you shouldn't be doing that, you understand? And each and every time I do something like that, they tend to be proud later on, you understand? They tend to be proud of what I'm doing, you understand? And they do not see it at first, when I say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not following your way of life, you understand? But later on, they get to understand, and then they be happy and be proud of what I'm doing, you understand? So sometimes you just have to shift a little bit from the conventional way of doing things. You just have to, just move out of the conventional way then.
Okay, so I understand the AI part, and it will also be in an advantage in the entrepreneurial space also. So for now, another question is entrepreneurship the best part for SA youth, or should we also go and focus on the employment type of system?
Entrepreneurship isn't the only option, I think a lot of people are failing to expose themselves to information channels that can teach them or tell them that entrepreneurship isn't the only journey, because firstly, entrepreneurship is not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Not everyone can be an entrepreneur.
That's a fact.
Not each and everyone can enjoy each and everything an entrepreneur is enjoying. You understand? Not each and everyone is strong like that. Not each and everyone is willing to continuously learn. You understand? So there are other options, you understand? I won't start as someone who's going to build their own company. I'm going to start by learning a skill that can make me decent amount of money for me to invest in other entrepreneurship things to become monumentally successful as I want to be, you understand? So there are a lot of things that we can learn. The problem is a lot of people do not want to expose themselves to information channels that can teach them what can they do to become successful, you understand? There are a lot of people who are successful outside, you understand? By not being entrepreneurs, not being and not being who. Like, there are a lot of people who are successful with other things, man. We have, in Forex kids and whatsoever, I'm like, decent amount of money, 200K to 300K a month as 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, 23, 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29.
And that's a skill.
Kids people who are making different amount of living that we should be learning. We should be teaching ourselves to be ahead or be aligned with whatever is happening right now. And so you do not need to have a business, but you can learn a skill that can integrate you somehow to the system that is in a business of some sort, you understand? Just like the skill that I'm learning, you understand? I'm learning SMMA, you understand? I'm learning SMMA, something that helps businesses to advertise, you understand? So it is something that doesn't require a lot, you understand? It requires just my time and my mental investments and whatsoever. You know? I have to focus on
it requires you, not for you to register things, look for funding, and it's just a skill. It's a skill generally.
Just a skill, bro. Just a skill, bro. And I think a lot of kids, they all run into forex. They all go to that is out there. You understand? There are a lot of things that can be done. You understand? There are a lot of things that can be done, and I know a lot of people might say, "Why aren't you doing them?" I am currently learning something. I'm just a 20-year-old man who's just trying to build, and I just found that I can be successful with this SMMA thing I just told you about. You understand? And I am currently investing each and everything that is my energy, each and every cash I get, man, and just to be successful in this thing. You understand? And there's this thing, man. I'm not successful. This is a disclaimer, and I'm not even near making the money that I want to make. But I just want to say this, man. We do not need a lot of money to be successful.
Okay.
I'm not successful, but we do not need a lot of money to be successful.
Okay.
In a sense.
Okay.
We just need income. Even 3,000 is okay. Okay, but even 3,000 is okay. If you know where to put your money, you can be successful.
I can back that because currently I've been coding. There's this thing I'm coding, right? So I'm paying like for databases for you to store those data, the data that someone can put in that website. I'm paying plus minus 300, which is a skill and that little income or that little amount that I can use. So it's more like building something, obviously.
Yeah. We do not need a lot, bro. You know, I'm in this journey. The only thing you need is just an income, bro. You know, not like 10,000. I think a lot of people have. I think they are swimming in this illusion of you need a lot of money to be successful. I am not successful. This is a disclaimer I'll continuously put out there. I'm not successful, but a lot of people think that if you want to be successful, you need 2 million. No, that is a fallacy. That is something you shouldn't be thinking from the first place. You're just showing how illiterate you are. In a sense, you just have to teach yourself, learn, and you'll understand that you do not need a lot of money. Even the successful companies we have out here, they didn't need like 17 million plus to be successful or to start something. You understand? You just have to start something, man. And then each and every and I think a lot of people in South Africa, and let me jump into something else, I'm sorry, but I think a lot of people in South Africa, man, are so obsessed with this idea of I need funding to be successful.
Okay.
You understand? I think a lot of people are so fixated with that mentality, and they just do not want to hear another opinion when someone else tries to express it. Like funding, there's something that is called customer growth. Like it's customer funded. It's customer funded growth. You know, let me put it like it's customer funded growth, man. It's where you build something, and your customer funds your growth. You understand?
I understand.
So if you need a lot of maybe I'm just saying this maybe out of ignorance. Someone might say, "Oh, this kid is ignorant." You understand? He doesn't understand. Okay, no, I am ignorant, but I'm keen to learn. You understand? But I'm just expressing my opinion here. I don't think we need a lot of funding. You understand? And I think we need to understand that the banks do not fund ideas. Bro, I think you've heard about this.
Yeah,
you know, banks do not fund ideas. You cannot come to a bank with something that is not tangible.
Yes.
You know, you haven't started anything.
You haven't invested your own money to it. How can someone just
bruh, How can you do that? How can you do that? You need to start something, man. You need to, like, the first thing you need to understand is there a market for what you are building? You understand? You cannot go to a bank without having a market, without knowing your markets, without knowing who are you going to sell to. You understand? You just have to validate. You just have to validate that thing at first. You understand? Forgive my vulgarism and whatsoever, man.
Okay.
I use the shitty words and fucking
No, but
each and every day.
yeah.
Each and every day, dog. You know, so I think we need to disillusion ourselves from this thing of we need funding. You know, we just have to start. We need any funding from anyone. I don't know, you understand? And each and every time, and from looking like as a started dog, I saw that this thing is gonna die. I think it's a lie, man. You know, Let me stop there. Let me stop.
Okay, but yeah, we just 20-year-olds trying to figure it out. Although we need a direction, you know, we do need a direction and we need a start.
Yeah.
So having a skill is something key, and you need to learn as soon as now. Cause okay, so now what is generational wealth in simple terms of your own?
I won't put it in general terms. You know,
Okay.
let me try and go beyond the surface level. I think generational wealth is information. It's knowledge. Understand? I think a lot of people inherit assets, but you'd find that in the next 20 years to come, they do not have those assets to themselves, you understand? Just because they didn't have the information, the necessary information that builds those assets, you understand? To manage those assets and multiply them, understand? I think generational wealth is information. The best thing a parent can do is to transfer information of how to build something big in life, you understand? And expect them to multiply them if you haven't given them the information to even manage and multiply those assets. You understand? Generation what is the information that is transferred to someone who is still building like myself. Imagine if my father, let me make an example, if my father was successful, you understand? I wouldn't want the cars, I wouldn't want the assets, I wouldn't want each and everything. Yes, I'd be happy if I was given something like that. But the one thing I need is the information that assisted him in building the foundation, the first layer, the second layer, that layer up until the building is built. You understand? I just need the kind of that type of information. You understand? Generational wealth isn't the assets; it's information. It's the information on how you build those assets, in a sense.
Nah, that's the greatest answer I ever had, and it is the one. Cause like, yeah, you can be given millions and billions, but at the end of the day, after 2 years, 3 years without that information, how to keep them going, they all collapse.
Yeah.
They all die.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people like that, bro. I have personally seen a lot of people like that. You know, I've seen a lot of people inherit 2 million, 3 million, you know, and you find that in the next, in 5 years' time, they do not have that cash. In a sense, they didn't have the information to even get to that cash in life. In a sense, so you just cannot say you just cannot be proud as a parent if you die and say I left each and everything to my son if you haven't given them the necessary information
how to keep those things,
to build something that you build. You understand? So yeah.
Okay, so we talked about skills, right, and AI. Then now, can someone from poverty realistically break the cycle with those two things?
You know, a lot of people will find it hard to be convinced by someone who isn't yet as successful as myself. You understand? But what I can tell you, I am coming from a poor background,
okay,
in a sense, and I believe, and I know so, and I even have the data that proves that I can be successful and will be successful, in a sense. I do not come from a privileged background, in a sense. Each and everything is just flowed where I live, in a sense. How, like, bro, if I were to tell you my story, there were times where we, like, me and my family failed to like, bro, we failed to buy our next meal, in a sense. Things are better now. And things are better now as each and everyone grows. My brothers are growing, I am growing, and whatsoever. Things are better now, but there was a time like that, brother, in a sense. And I truly believe that if, okay, I am not successful, as I told you, that a lot of people will find it hard to be convinced by someone who's not successful, you know, but I've seen a lot of people who coming from poor backgrounds, you know, and become successful. You understand? I've seen a lot of people like that, and I truly believe that I can become someone like that. And I will tell you one day, I will keep your number, brother. I just want us to be brothers. You understand? I will keep your number, and I will show you one day. We will do a proper podcast.
Oh wow!
Where we sit like that,
I'm obviously gonna keep them also. Bro.
Yeah, bro. So I believe I will be successful, dog. Trust me. My channel on TikTok is just my resume to dance in global stages. It's just my resume, you know. So
I believe though people in privileged families, not saying not bad mouthing them or saying some type of words, but they do not really have the hunger that us from maybe non-privileged families have. Like, we do have the hunger to success. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah. Do you know though that a lot of people who come from poor backgrounds or come in like born in castles, most of them, a large percentage of them die in castles. You know that a large percentage of people who were born poor die in castles. You understand? They die in the very same place they were born in. You know, and,
why so?
I think a lot of movies have given us a lot of illusion as people who are underprivileged. It has made us think that just because we are born poor, we will all become successful, when actually that is not true. A lot of people will die where they were born, in a sense. Especially now, when we are moving in spaces where AI is going to be dominating, people are not like are not teaching themselves about AI and whatsoever. They do not have the necessary financial literacy that can move them from a Kasi to something that is like suburbs and whatsoever, in a sense. They are not exposing themselves to something like that, in a sense. So I think a lot of people, even if they are born in poor backgrounds, will die in poor backgrounds, you understand? Until they expose themselves into information channels that can teach them financial literacy. Read books, man. Instead of watching Umek and so on, and entertaining yourself, read books, man. Instead of fighting spirituality and Jesus and whatsoever and contradicting each and everything that is related to that, stop focusing on it. Focus on your finances, in a sense. Stop focusing on something like that. I know a lot of people who are very informed when it comes to information that contradicts Jesus or God and whatsoever, but they are not successful, in a sense. So I know a lot of people, you understand? So they are focusing on the wrong thing. I think a lot of people just need to expose themselves, or else they will die in gas and stuff. You know, I know some of the people who are smart where I live, bro. Smart where I live, bro. No, okay, let me not say smart. I know a lot of people who are informed when it comes to like religion, what the politics and what's. People who are very informed when it comes to that, but they're just
okay. So a quick short one. Do you think politics will like change the situation that we're in?
No.
Nah. Because right now, most of the people are focused on politics. Okay, this party doesn't do that, that part doesn't do that.
No, bro, we cannot rely on the government for each and everything.
Obvious.
It's useless on that. I do not believe that the government can change my life. I don't believe that the government or any party can improve my life, man. My financial life is 100% my responsibility.
Obviously.
If I want to be a millionaire, I have to work hard. You understand? I have to work hard. I won't rely on the government for each and everything I want. I won't even complain to the government about the streets that I'm living in, how bad they are, the housing, the infrastructure, and whatsoever, how bad it is. Because my intention isn't to stay in my castle, dog. I ain't seeking permanence where I live. You understand? I want to get out of that place. You understand? So I won't rely or cry to the government about what's what and whatsoever. No, dog.
Nah, it don't work. So okay. We talked about this.
I do not believe the government can change my life. I am, sure.
It don't work. The government, nah. So we talked about the schooling system. It's obviously bad because you can't teach me about like maybe a frog or something. I won't apply it. And so now, we said we're gonna change. Let's say we're changing it. We're introducing the AI in early stages, grade 6, 7, and I think it will work. But then, I still believe you don't have the infrastructure. It is an idea. It is an idea, and it is something we can work on to, but we don't have the infrastructure to like support AI, as we do not even use AI. I don't think we use AI. Even big companies, they still use general things like someone collecting the data manually. So I think a lot of people here, they're way back. We're way back.
Yeah. Okay, let me add to that, brother. I think we should also stop being addicted to what is happening now and forecast what will be happening or might be happening in the upcoming time, in the upcoming years. You understand? Even if the big companies ain't using AI currently, but you can clearly see that AI is the future. You understand? We have like platforms like Gemini, ChatGPT we use and as a substitute for Google. You understand? It's much more easy to use ChatGPT and whatsoever. It shows you we are shifting to a different time. You understand? And we have to adjust to each and everything. So yeah.
Okay. So now, if the youth were in charge of the economy, what would change?
It'd be very bad if the youth was in charge of the economy, dog.
But they're fighting.
It'd be very bad.
They're fighting for control. They're fighting for control while they're still.
They should be fighting.
They're still stuck on. They're still stuck on having parties. I'm in varsity currently. I'm in this varsity called VUT. I don't want to badmouth them, but then not only VUT, but also TUT. I was there. Was it TUT? Was it UP? We were really focused on getting higher marks, and then after getting those higher marks, we go into party. That's the only thing that we're focused on. We are not being like, okay, Lama, after this class, I'm going to go learn something. We are not in there. We are not there, actually. We're getting the mark. After getting the mark, if we were studying to even get the mark, we'll study tomorrow. We're going to write tomorrow. Okay, I'm studying now for that mark, getting the mark, and then tomorrow I'm going to the party. That's the thing that we're focused on. That's how we are actually now. Because soon enough, you're having a pens down. You're celebrating us being done writing. So those are the things that I think that are holding us back. We don't have campaigns where we're saying, okay, now we're going to learn about this new AI. You can use it to maybe for vegetation, for I don't know, drones, building a drone, building this thing. We don't have none of those campaigns, like none. It's only alcohol, and we had a largest consumption of alcohol, I think, for the last year's statistics on December. So on the youth, I don't think we are heading on the right direction.
Yeah. You know what I think, bro? I think people who are my age and even in their 20s and whatsoever, I think they are just not motivated enough to become something big. They do not even see it in their dreams that they can become big. In a sense, I don't know if making sense. But I just wanted to put this in some way, but I'm forgetting the actual words I wanted to use. I won't fad and our youth. The reason why most people in our group won't be successful. It's because of effort. We just efforts and think is enough, and then so essay is our focus is actually our distraction. You understand? What we say is our distraction is actually our focus. You might hear some school, in a sense, but they party more than they use or do something that's related to school. In a sense, you may hear people saying, "I want to be successful," but they spend a lot of time more than becoming the person they want to be, which means the becoming is a distraction.
Yeah, it switches
and
it.
The procrastination is the focus. You understand? They just doing it. You understand? I think a lot of us kids, bruh, an education system, bruh. You know, let me the education system for about habits. Who teaches us? Yeah, who take care of us? How we can? A lot of kids are addicted. You understand? And their addiction is what keeps them like coming back to bad habits. You understand? Who teaches us about that? Understand? We have to self-teach us about that. Understand? We do not need to learn about frogs, brother. We need to learn about ourselves. So we need to learn about our minds, understanding our minds. Understand? And you are not sure. So, you are not sure. You are not sure. So what about all of that? You understand? No one is teaching us about that. You know, you just have to be like a lot of people ain't lucky enough to even ignite something like this in their heads. You understand? They are not lucky enough. Each and every day addictions. You understand? How to learn a lot of it. You know that even kids don't have. Do you know what is meta skills? Are you aware of that? Meta skills. Meta skills. I think they are. Meta skills are skills that you learn before learning them. So I think a lot of
we're having a network. Okay.
They do not even know how to get. Yeah.
So, my question was on self, on self knowing yourself, learning how to know yourself. I was saying, can therapy help you learn about yourself?
I think therapy is I think therapy is a small portion of it, or a small fraction of it. In a sense, I think it's a large percentage your responsibility, and in a sense, you need to learn. You need to learn the ability. You need to learn to see yourself. You understand? I don't think a lot of people see themselves. You understand? I think I can recommend a few channels that can teach you about self. You know, people I have been following, books I have read. I can recommend a few. I can write them on WhatsApp if you want to. You know, I think those people can assist you in learning about self, understanding yourself, knowing when your anger rises, being able to see your anger when you're in a rage state. You understand? Like abilities like that. You understand? You need to see something. You can never find me angry. Yes, you will see that. Okay, I am fuming right now, but I won't react. You understand? Just because I'm aware and I'm able to calm my thoughts just because of books I read, people I have followed, and whatsoever. You understand? I am even able, I'm able to even see myself in different types of other unhealthy emotions and whatsoever, and I'm able to control them somehow. You understand? That is the ability I think we should be teaching ourselves as people.
Yeah,
something like that.
Awareness is important. You know, the first thing is you being aware. Being aware of things, being aware of yourself. Okay, now I'm this, now I can do this, now I'm aware of this, let me do this. Yeah.
It also helps you like run away from certain types of fights and whatsoever, fighting with stupid people and whatsoever. You will never find me fighting with someone, you understand? You never find me being in spaces where I'd have to fight someone. You understand? You will never find me, because I try by all means. I see before each and everything happens that, okay, you know, this is where this thing is going. In a sense, so I shouldn't go there. I shouldn't respond in this type of way, because this response might lead this person to something like this, to doing something like this. You understand? So it's something like that. It's self-awareness, teaching yourself about the nature of your mind, understanding different, like. Not neurology entirely, but a fraction of it, a portion of it, understanding how your thoughts function and whatsoever, how your brain functions. You know, how does it connect with your body? How does it move and whatsoever? We have people like Andrew Huberman, Moji, Enka Tolle, and whatsoever. A lot of them, man, they can teach. They teach a lot about this kind of things, man. I followed a lot of monks and have read a lot of books that were written by monks, like telling people, like teaching to people that the most important thing you should be mastering in life is your mind, you know? Because each and everything starts there, man. You know, each and everything starts there, bro. Even the houses that are built start from the mind, in a sense. So it shows that it is something that we should be focusing on. It is something that we should be making sure we understand. You understand? In order to have a healthy reality. An unhealthy mind, brother, equals to an unhealthy reality. Same goes vice versa. You understand? So yeah, pretty much that, brother.
Okay, brother, I'ma leave it there, and I will thank you for giving me everything we just discussed.
No problem. In a video call.
Excuse me?
We'll do it in a video call.
How so? No, I'm gonna just add this one also.
All right, no problem, brother.
No problem. We're gonna just chat and see you next time, brother.
No problem, brother. Thank you for having me, dog.
Thank you too. Sharp. Right.